All right. I don't know what song that was, honestly. Just some random tune. But anyway, yeah, just getting a few things set up here. Gonna be playing Tyranny today, which I quite honestly have not played ever before. So that should be interesting to see how that pans out. So yeah, let's get it loaded up here, and we'll get started. I think probably about 3 hours today, 2 or 3 hours. Oh gosh. I needed to yeah, I got to do a few things like turning off some things and okay, we're on VSync, so we should be good. 144. All right, I'm gonna turn the music off there for just a second and just see if we can get the stream going here. All right. Oh, maybe some light. We need some light. And yeah. Okay. Get this don't know why the game's not showing up. That's a little weird. I can hear it, but yeah. So this game does not want to show up. Maybe I need to. Oh, it's weird. You can see the mouse. You just can't see the game. Perfect. We're off to a solid start here. I don't really want it full screen exclusive mode. So I'm just trying to get it to show the game at this point. So apologies if if you're watching and you don't know what's happening. This worked earlier. Now it's not working. It says it's capturing that window, but it doesn't seem to like it much. What if we exit and we'll try again? Yeah, I don't know what's happening. There we go. Okay, now you can see it. Let's just see if... Oh, you can hear it now too, huh? Cool. I think we might actually be able to play. So let's see. It's not full circle, but that's the word. I don't know what any of these things mean. Jibs. Sure. Let's jibs. There's definitely difficulty. I'm gonna... I don't know if this is the easiest, but I'm gonna leave this on because I have never played this before. I'll leave that. Oh yeah, definitely need AoE. Don't know anything about what auto pause is. So if you're tuning in, it said in the description, an RPG idiot. That is me, the RPG idiot. Thanks, Josh, for the big heads feature. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut the music down just a touch because that is loud. I don't know how loud it is on the stream, but it is loud right here. Well, it's fading out now, of course, as I've said that. So, okay, let's do that, and then one more sort of thing to do here. Yeah. Okay. So I think we can play now. For what it's worth, I believe we can play. So let's get started. New game of Tyranny. So for the record, I know absolutely nothing about this game, and I think I've seen it played a few times, but other than that, that's really it. You know, I'm going to change one more thing while I'm here, if I can. I do wish that this would... Okay. All right. So hopefully the audio is okay. I think there's a pretty big delay on one of the streams, but you know, whatever. We're just going to play at this point. Let's get started. Oh, expert mode. We do not need an expert mode, and we definitely don't need a trial of iron. Story mode. I think we'll just go with normal. I will say, like, for me, I would normally play on story mode, but I think for the sake of, like, just experiencing the game the way it's meant to be played, we'll go on normal. I am not looking for a challenge. Minimal micromanagement. I mean, I gotta be honest, story mode sounds very interesting to me, but you know, whatever. Let's just play on normal. I don't know if we can change that later as we play, but all right, opening cinematic. Here we go.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and Archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
No big deal. The fate of thousands rests in my hands. Only women may own land and bequeath it to their daughters and sisters. So we have a matrilineal society here. All right. So what are the different options? Sort of, I guess that's tall, short, larger. Let's be a little larger. We'll be a female. Kind of like the reddish color there. All right. Oh, look at the portraits. Those are pretty sweet. Dang, there are a bunch of them too. Okay, we'll go through those in a second. Let's see. Face. It's like, do we want something sort of aggressive looking, or we'll go with something more passive? Oh, I like that hair. This is nice hair. It's pretty styling. I think I'll go with that. That's good. Go with red. I like the red hair.
Ah, got it.
Ah, got it.
I'm injured. Tired. Let's found something. Trouble is afoot.
I like female sneaky. Female sneaky.
Good
That's
one.
going to be us. We are sneaky females. Okay. Next. Oh. I guess I could read these out loud. Today you are Fatebinder, agent of the Archon of Justice. You are by no means free, but as a warrior scholar, deputized with discretionary powers to interpret and execute the laws of the Overlord Kairos, you are freer than most. One does not apply to be a Fatebinder. One is called by Tunon, the Archon of Justice, and to decline is death. Millions of men and women live in the dozens of realms ruled by the Overlord. How did you stand out from amongst this teeming mass of desperation and insignificance and gain the Archon's notice? Okay, so, okay, I'm probably not going to read all of these to y'all. A war mage has a combination of wits and courage. They could be casters and warriors. Diplomat. Wit, wisdom, and adaptability. A lawbreaker, so you're a prisoner. Maybe. Just a soldier. A noble scion. A guild apprentice. So we chose a sneaky voice, so maybe... I think a guild apprentice sounds pretty neat. That's magical stuff. I usually don't go with like mages or magic. Tell you what, I'm gonna go lawbreaker. Don't know. Just gonna choose lawbreaker. I like it. I have been trained in the sword and shield. So that's +6 one-handed, parry, athletics. Great sword is very similar, but two-handed instead of one-handed. Short bow, of course, we know what short bow is. Shock spells, vigor, shock spells. Okay, so that's an interruption. Vigor spells. All right, so sort of a healer, maybe. Atrophy is like... unarmed. Interested in being challenged. Well, that's not me. I don't really want to be challenged. Dual wielding probably is where I'm going to go. There's also +3 subterfuge. So if we're thinking like we have a... Oh, hey, St. Nicholas Stew. No, I have not played this before. And Mitch is here as well. Welcome. This is Tyranny. So, yeah, I haven't played it before. I have watched exactly one very short video about it. And so I know exactly nothing, which hopefully is the charm of the game. So obviously I'm going through the character creator right now, and I chose the sneaky voice. Oh yeah, okay, awesome. So you're part of the way through. That's great. So I have heard that it's very fun. So we shall see. I did play on normal. Thank you. I chose normal. I almost chose story mode. I got to be honest. I usually am sort of a wimp when it comes to those things. And if there is a story mode, I will choose a story mode. But for this one, I chose normal. So I'm trying to build. I think I want my character, even though she's sort of the stockier body, I want her to be sort of a sneaky kind of. I said she was a lawbreaker, and she has this sneaky voice. So I'm kind of thinking like. Okay, you can change mid-game. That's cool. Good to know. I figured like some of these games let you sort of respec later. But so I don't want to do unarmed because it says that it's more challenging. So I think I might go dual wield. Although short bow sounds pretty interesting. I kind of like attacking from a distance, like I'm sneaking through the shadows and attacking from the distance. You know, that could be cool. All right. Yeah. You know, I feel like we just choose it and we'll go for it. Like, look, that's pretty sweet. Like this sort of ninja looking kind of, I like that. So do we want heart shot? Target your enemy's feet to hobble them. I'm going to go with the heart shot. All right, and we get a short bow. Okay, cool. Oh, Mitch, good question. Tyranny, I want to say is like 2009. Gosh, I can look it up really quick. Hold on. Oh, the music will stop. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Tyranny, 2016 actually. Tyranny. So Tyranny's 2016. Cool. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Secondary expertise. Oh, so we chose short bow. I think secondary. Let's go with a magic. That would be cool. Slowing enemies down, cold damage. Yeah. 12. I like that as a secondary. I could freeze them and then shoot for their heart. That sounds like a nice combo if that's how it actually pans out. We shall see. Okay. I kind of like the red. The dark red. Ooh, the purple. Purple and no. Two different shades of purple. That is pretty legit. Do we go dark? All right. You got to read the scrolls to access the effect. Yeah, good to know. Thank you. I probably would have skipped that, so that's good to know. I think I'll go with the dark. Oh, gosh. I don't know if I want to look quite like an eggplant. Yeah, I did choose one magic one, Stu. I think I got the, the frost spells is my secondary. We'll see. You know, it's supposed to be fun. I don't get too hung up on whether or not it's screwed up. Oh no, don't like that. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but nope. Ooh. Some of these colors are not amazing. I think I'll go with the purple and purple. That looks pretty cool. Let's find what's a sneaky banner? Like a sneaky, like, thief style banner. Snake? Well, the banner's got to be purple too, right? Purple and yellow. That looks cool. Something sort of sneaky. Oh, I like that. Okay, we'll go with that. Now we got to pick a name. Oh, what's the name gonna be? Oh, so we're a woman, a sneaky ninja assassin woman. What co? Driving. Oh, let's call this. Her name is Death Breeze. Why is it red? Oh, maybe you can't have. I can't use the word death. I guess not. I guess death is a forbidden word. Okay. Silent? Yeah, you can't use death. Weird. But Sister Silence. Oh, I like that. Sister Silence. Nice. All right. Let's go. Oh, okay. Now we gotta spec our person. Physical strength. Finesse. Yes, okay. We definitely want some finesse. And wits. Makes sense. Resolve, sure. Vitality, quickness, maybe. Might. I think we can probably leave might at that, and maybe we'll go 15 finesse. Quickness. Quickness sounds interesting. Might take one from there. One from there. Ooh, I might do it that way. Oh, it tells me I should do might. All right, I get what you're saying. How about this? So finesse gives me accuracy. I think that's what I'm looking for. If you think about I'm the bow person. Spell strength. Yeah. Okay, we'll go this way. Why not? Skills. Oh goodness. All right, we have 20 points to spend. So bows, obviously, we wanna increase that. It's already at 32. Tell you what, let's get that to 30. Dual wield, maybe one or two. Get that up to 30. We don't really need these. Subterfuge, I think we want to put that up some. Give lore some more. There's there we go. Bump those up a couple. Sure. Don't know. Sure, let's do the whole shebang. Conquest. Just sounds fun. Conquest. Sister Silence.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. Two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior.
Okay.
In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Oh. Thanks for the follow, Stu. Appreciate it. Very kind of you. Glad you're here. Thanks for the advice earlier. I'll make sure and read those scrolls when we get to that point. Okay. During the conquest, you'll decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. No pressure. The bastard city stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tears. Built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms, the city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. All right, the Gates of Judgment. So we basically are going to choose the battle that we want, or we can infiltrate the tiers. So which army will we join when we infiltrate the tiers? So the disfavored scouts, the Scarlet. So the Scarlet Chorus are the Scarlet Chorus are the ones who are like the conscripts, right? After they've been dominated. And the disfavored are like the battle hardened. It says right here, an elite legion in the army. They're always outnumbered, but they always win. Or you can be among like the thugs and slaves. I mean, so I'm kind of a thief, right? And I'm sneaky. I think I'm gonna do the Scarlet Chorus. We're gonna raid and we're gonna steal, and yeah. We're gonna raid villages and towns, or we can. I don't know, man. The disfavored seem kind of uppity. I feel like my character's not uppity. Rallying an experienced gang under your control, you flooded the unprotected settlements with a deluge of bloodthirsty soldiers, rounding up the innocent for merciless rites of conscription. The young and infirm alike received makeshift weapons, and examples were made of all who challenged your forces. Bolstered with fresh recruits, your army gathered strength for the invasion to come. Okay. So now we can, with the border garrison captured by your disfavored allies, you travel ahead of Kairos' army and lurked in the shadows of the bastard city. You decided that converting one of the locals to Kairos' side would help bring the city to its knees. After all, corruption starts from within. Or your fiercest opponents were the mages of the School of Wild Wrath, too barbaric to use their power responsibly. The unbridled practitioners needed to be stopped. How did you trick the hot-tempered mages into their undoing? You know, I think I'll go inside agent. Feels like it fits me. I can enlist a bitter captain of the guard to sell secrets to the disfavored. Or I can come to an arrangement with a well-connected smuggler who knew how to sneak agents of the Scarlet Chorus behind the city walls. They were better operatives than soldiers, and this work required a subtle touch. Oh yeah, that's definitely me. After accepting his deserved payment, the smuggler uncovered a long-forgotten tunnel that intersected with the sewers of the bastard city. Armed with maps of the subterranean layout, your Scarlet Chorus allies fanned out to occupy various city districts under cover. They spent the ensuing weeks murdering key officials and sabotaging defenses wherever possible, weakening the tier's capital under the very noses of its leaders. We were in the city before the main armies. Your work softened the city defenses for the arrival of the forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies a meaningful advantage. How did you assist in the fall of the bastard city? Challenge the commander to an honorable fight. That's definitely not me. Spreading the word of Kairos, you converted. Although, let's look and see what we get. Maybe it's more about what we get. Warriors, a respite. Okay, that's like healing. Into a hidden army. Once the dust settled, the army wished to bolster their troops with these sleeper cells. So I'm a frost. I have frost, but I can gather heated energy into my hands. I don't know. Keeping to the shadows, you eliminated the leaders of the bastard city one by one. Create a cloud of shadows and dust for a short duration. Enemies that use physical attacks will miss. My attacks will also be effective. Okay, I'm going to go that route. Some deaths were quiet and unnoticed, while others were gruesome beyond words. As a wave of murder overtook the city's elite, your deeds swelled in infamy. Well before the armies arrived, no one in the bastard city felt safe in their homes, much less behind their walls. By the time Kairos' forces crested the horizon, the city was fearful enough to throw open the gates and welcome their new protectors. Yeah, this is very cool. Stu and Mitch, you're both right. Like, this is a very cool way to like get the game started. It's almost a shame that they give you the other like quick start, although I guess that's nice like if you're doing a replay, you might not want to go through all of this again. The bastard city settled into a state of normalcy, with every tower displaying Kairos' banner. Your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, or as a war advisor, with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. So Lethian's Crossing is a strategic war asset with Smith mages. Oh, okay, so we're going to go and try to stop them from making weapons. Or we can go to the mountain realm of Apex. I think Lethian's Crossing sounds more my speed. It also sets up a really nice dynamic here about like the agency that you have, and how your choices will affect how the game plays. Years ago, Lethian the Bold founded a small merchant town at the intersection of ancient old walls. A pact between the settlers and a mercenary company meant that caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or bane, and the town thrived in modest insignificance. Lethian's Crossing drew Kairos' attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kairos' control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops to refine ore and arm the disfavored with the finest weapons in the known world. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the mercenaries' support with a generous bribe, taking the crossing in a bloodless victory. Tunon dispatched you to travel alongside Kairos' forces and bring order to the region. Smith mages worked day and night to create weapons. No one faulted their dedication, yet production was low. The plans that came to light proved divisive to the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus. On one hand, any additional manpower was needed for fighters, not forges. On the other hand, the celebrated weaponry of Kairos' armies needed to be fiercely guarded. Or, Siren, Archon of Song, used her arcane charm to lure locals into joining Kairos' army. As a patroness of the chorus, her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When an enthralled, disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped. Okay, so the disfavored are going to fight the Scarlet Chorus. Or I can send the latest batch of cultists to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Those who survived get to join us, those who die, obviously. And their performance would stand as testimony. Great. Here we can take refugees and force them to serve in the army. They can haul wagons of iron. The Scarlet Chorus relied on their force of numbers to be effective in the field. That's not good. You conscripted help from a local tribe of beastmen. Their strength would more than offset their disobedience. The disfavored protested the savages has access to the secrets of iron, but their voices were few compared to the support of the Scarlet Chorus. I think I'll go with the whole cult aspect. The Scarlet Chorus agreed to transfer Siren's latest recruits to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Your resolution fit their traditional model of conscription, so they considered it a fair alternative. In the weeks to come, more of them returned to active duty than even Siren herself expected, likely owing to their obsessive devotion to the Archon and her enchanting music. Oh. All right. So one of the Smith mages swore allegiance to our Scarlet Chorus, jealously hoarding the secret of iron forging. The disfavored demanded the Smith's immediate return. The Scarlet Chorus insisted they were within their rights to take allegiance from any source. Everyone got angry. Since the Smith mage would not willingly return to work, you enlisted the disfavored to return him there in chains. Since Kairos' law dictated that the secrets of iron be granted only to the Smith mages, you ruled that the new recruit's mind be erased of all memory. Ancient threats drawn to the arcane energy around the forges, mystical predators from the nearby old walls began to raid Lethian's Crossing at all hours. Both of Kairos' armies reserved their strength for the front lines of the war, and yet the city required protection. You had to delegate the responsibility somewhere. As the largest army, you tasked the Scarlet Chorus with the burden of security. The disfavored took the opportunity to gather their strength. Since the disfavored used most of the iron that came out of Lethian's Crossing, it fell to them to stand as the city's vigilant protectors. The Scarlet Chorus enjoyed a necessary reprieve. I think we gotta protect the city. I don't know. I don't think the secret of iron is quite as much of a secret as maybe we think it is. So, who protected the city? Or, I think we'll let the disfavored protect the city. At your command, the Scarlet Chorus flooded the streets of Oh, I did it the other way around, I guess. Flooded the streets of Lethean's Crossing. Infighting and competition among the unruly gangs made for disorganized patrols and distracted lookouts. However, when an ominous tide of Old Wall's predators assaulted the city in previously unseen numbers, it took the full force of the Scarlet Chorus to repel the attack. Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voices of Nerat and injured a forged-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Tunon ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kairos' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned to the front. As the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus showed increasing tension and hostility toward each other, Tunon decreed it best that only one force control the crossing. That's a tough choice. I think I'll go with the Scarlet. Scarlet Chorus flooded Lethean's Crossing with overeager and undisciplined recruits. In the first few days of occupation, settlers suffered under rampant theft, murder, rape, and arson. By the following week, the hordemen who sowed chaos for personal gains were dead, strung up by the more disciplined half that took up the reins as the self-appointed bosses of Lethean's Crossing. The Forge-bound continued to mint iron weapons and armor, which Kairos' merchants carted to the disfavored garrisons elsewhere in the tiers. Shipments were light or sometimes absent. The Scarlet Chorus quartermaster claimed ignorance of the matter. Ooh. That didn't turn out great. Where to next? So we've brought order to the settlement and guaranteed a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, or the Vellum Citadel. Archon of Stone to subjugate the nation of Azure. With its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in the tiers. Conquering gaze fell upon the Vellum Citadel, its treasures, its knowledge, its secrets. That's where I'm going to go. The Vellum Citadel. We're in year 3 of the conquest already. The Vellum Citadel was an archive and library of massive scale. Its inhabitants were known as the School of Ink and Quill, a circle of mages that centuries ago carved out their own mountainous refuge on lands unsettled by the other major realms. Legends said that the Citadel housed a treasure trove of arcane knowledge. The Overlord's spies infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. The time was ripe to send a detachment to the great library fortress and force the scholars to yield to Kairos. Okay. Siren Arcanasong used her power to enthrall enemy mages who crept beyond the Citadel walls. After Kairos' forces rounded up the arcane practitioners, the disfavored began executing the new captives before they could share dangerous knowledge, a crime under Kairos' law with the Scarlet Chorus. You calmed the disfavored with a compromise. The sages' mouths would be bound with iron bridles, preventing them from speaking their forbidden knowledge. Or you punished the disfavored for executing mages bound to the Scarlet Chorus, ordering that several disfavored soldiers be given to the Archon of Song as her personal bodyguards. Okay. A detachment of Kairos' army marched on the Vellum Citadel, expecting an orderly surrender. As they neared the main gates, a blast of arcane energy struck the commanders dead. Suddenly, the highest-ranking officer alive, Kairos' forces, looked to you for the next steps. The call weighed on your mind as it had an immediate influence on soldier losses. You ordered the expendable Scarlet Chorus to attack, commanding the disorderly mob forward to give the elite disfavored a chance to withdraw. Though a costly maneuver in terms of lives lost, this assured the survival of the most capable and effective soldiers. Or you ordered the disfavored to advance their shield wall, knowing that a handful of Kairos' elite soldiers could hold off the attack until the Scarlet Chorus retreated. You knew the disfavored would despise you for any losses at the Scarlet Chorus's expense, but that was a small price to pay for saving lives. Okay. So that's a pretty straightforward choice. Save the best soldiers, let the expendable soldiers die, etc. This one is a little sneakier. Tell you what I think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna let the Scarlet Chorus attack. Ever itching for a fight, the howling mob still recognized your maneuver as the sacrificial move that it was. Those from the Scarlet Chorus who ran headlong into battle made promises of a reckoning upon their return. Thankfully for you, hardly any of them limped back in one piece. Those few who survived made fevered whisperings, their grievances naming you as a villain to the Scarlet Chorus. Ooh. All right. The army captured a supply caravan overflowing with books. When the disfavored started a bonfire, the Scarlet Chorus rescued the tomes from the flames and attacked. In accordance with the disfavored wishes, you upheld Kairos' law regarding forbidden lore and had all of the text burned, or you decreed that they are welcome to burn their half of the plunder, but the Scarlet Chorus has rightful claim to the other half, provided you first review the text to eliminate any that touched on forbidden knowledge. Or the disfavored learned of a hidden enemy enclave and sent scouts to locate it. They never returned from their mission. The remaining disfavored soldiers demanded that you send the Scarlet Chorus to retrieve their scouts, but the Scarlet Chorus flatly refused to fall into the same trap. They recommended that the scouts be treated as wartime casualties. Do you order the Scarlet Chorus to send scouts and rescue them? Do you consign the disfavored scouts to their fate? If the elite of Kairos' army could not return on their own, then there was no sense in wasting. I don't want to make that choice. I will split the plunder. The Scarlet Chorus agreed to your generous terms, and you set to poring over every manuscript before it was handed over. The work took several evenings, and you came away with a glimpse of truths better left unknown. Taking the burden upon yourself was a less risky alternative than disseminating it among Kairos' ranks, though it didn't help you sleep at night. Food and morale dwindled as the siege party realized. Yeah, it's a good point. I might not be able to read all of it, but this lore at the beginning is important. Would win this war of attrition. Tunon sent word that Kairos' patience had run thin. The Overlord would cast an edict of fire on the enemy. The parchment arrived in a slender case of engraved iron. Written on it, the words of a spell powerful enough to destroy the Vellum's citadel. You had the choice of when to read the edict. Reading it at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of the devastation to come. You could also wait until sunset, giving them ample time to flee or make amends. All right. So we can, that's great. Claiming they still had spies within the citadel, the Scarlet Chorus urged you to warn the mages of the Overlord's edict. Granting their request, you met the enemy under a blue flag of peace and warned them of their doom, giving the Chorus spies and the enemy a chance to run. I feel like it's war and we're pretty sneaky, but still, like, our spies are pretty valuable. You confronted the mages with a warning and hoped the message was received. The hour before sunset, numerous figures were spotted fleeing the citadel. As the sun dipped under the horizon, you read the words of the edict. The earth shook and red-orange light glowed in the foundation of the sprawling citadel. Bubbling up from under the library, a torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from windows and between loose bricks, melting winding trenches in the surrounding land. Days later, the flames still raged on. The conflagration continually fed and renewed by the power of the edict. Jeez. We just like opened a volcano under that. The armies of Kairos left the devastation of the Vellum citadel in silence. From that day forward, the Tears came to know the once noble citadel as the burning library. This was an undisputed loss of resources, knowledge, culture, and life, but a message had been sent. The Overlord would not tolerate defiance. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. You were one of the last to depart from the mountains, and as you journeyed off, you spotted a few campfires in the mountains. They were mere specks dwarfed by the inferno, the last gasps of survivors, or perhaps looters from Kairos' armies, bored and daring enough to pick through the ashes. So I guess we have to pick one more location. Oh, and we're done. You have reached the conquest. Do you want to continue and erase your progress, or start over? Or erase your progress. Let's continue. We'll be satisfied with what happened.
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands.
Okay.
But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons.
This sounds like a bad idea.
As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Just nothing like bleeding eyes from a statue. Oh, look at my character. It's pretty sweet. All right. So I've never played this before, so let me just try to familiarize myself with a few things here. So these are our attacks, which is fine. So there's consumables. Can you rebind these? I don't know what that... Okay, so we do have some... So there's stealth for finding traps and containers. All right, so we can stealth around. That's great. It's cool. Click to move. Good. Stealth is toggle. Select the party members. Great. Formations. Okay. Camping, I assume, is how we recover. Yeah. All right. Weapon sets, items. All right, we'll get into all that at some point. Cool. So let's talk to this guy. Kairos, the order will be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. The disfavored warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate, the traditional salute of her legion. We were told a Fatebinder was coming, and though our commanders will not say why, it seems obvious. Graven Ash and the voices of Nirat can agree on nothing, least of all battle plans to wipe out the Oathbreakers. I trust you bring orders from Tunon that will break this deadlock. Glare silently. All right, let's read the tooltips real quick. Okay, so choices are important. Okay, so we get different dialogue options depending on our stats and what we've done before. It's good to know. All right, the banner. So this is a disfavored person. Okay. So Graven Ash is the leader of the disfavored. We saw that in the beginning cinematic. Voices of Nirat. He's the one that runs the Scarlet folks. All right, the Oathbreakers are the people we're fighting. Tunon. It's one of the Archons. Okay, great. Your sense to see more than mine, good fate binder. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if that was Kairos' magic and you're here on important business, well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secrets to guess that you're here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague, an edict of twisted bones? I guess I'm just going to be honest about this. The edict is leveled against us? She's afraid, but the Scarlet Chorus prevents us from taking action. Why would the Overlord punish both of... Forgive me, it's not my place to question. Look at the... I like the little art there. We should have conquered the enemy within weeks of arriving in the valley. The delay reflects poorly on all of us. Oh, I like the subterfuge. Yes, there has indeed been little goodwill between our armies, and you are right. When we act as we do, what choice do we give the Overlord? And you are right. I should not cast blame so freely, especially not when talking to a servant of justice. My apologies. Well, you've traveled a long way. I won't keep you further. I'm sure the Archons will want to hear from you at... Uh-oh. Did you hear that? More runners. Third time this week. The Oathbreakers keep trying to send messengers through the mountains to gather help from outside the valley. But they're a bit too late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. All right. So this is going to be our first fight, which is fine.
Yes.
Wait, what am I doing? Okay. Pausable real-time combat, because you will often manage more than one character at a time. It's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time to see the option. Yes, they do. Press the spacebar to pause and unpause the game. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a lot to learn. Okay. Hotkeys, perfect. Okay, defense stuff, yeah. I still like the blood coming out of the... Oh, look, you can... I'm going to have to remap my keyboard because my spacebar is not on the left-hand side of my keyboard. I have one of those split keyboards. So I'll have to remap. Or maybe I did it here. Okay. So if we have the attack...
Right. Can't do that. I. Right.
I kept looking for the cooldown thing. I finally found it. It's over their heads right there.
Right.
So do I have a number of arrows? That would be good to know, I think. All right. Oh, let me pause it. There are 6 categories of talents available. With each level, okay. Oh, yes. Auto pause. Yeah, I'd say you're right. Thanks, Stu. Let's look at that real quick. This sounds like a good idea. I don't think we need all of these. Combat starts sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. Character attacked. Hidden object. Combat time. Oh, auto slow. Maybe that's what we want. Target destroyed would be good. Character death seems important. Okay. Yes. Can we loot this guy? We'll take all that.
Sorry, I can't.
Oh, there's all these tutorials. Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll pause the game while I click. Okay, we're learning how to move. I think we. Oh, you can click on the time of day. Oh, that's handy. All right. I for inventory, C for character. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's handy. Like I said, my space bar is like on the other side of the keyboard, so
Can't
okay.
do that.
Squeeze through or attempt to push one of it out of the way. I'll squeeze through. Ooh, can we sneak up on this guy? What are our... All right. Oh, okay. Spells. Oh, yeah. I see it's highlighted now. Why?
Will do.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. I guess the heart shot also starts bleeding, so that's handy. Oh, I'm not close enough? What? Why can I not do... Oh.
Can't do that.
Why not?
Right.
I keep forgetting you have to like click at their feet. Like that's the thing that I'm missing.
Right.
Oh, and also there's cooldown. I see now there's cooldown over here on the left-hand side, which is good to know. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to play around with the pausing stuff.
Right.
Yeah, okay. This is a very different way to play than I'm used to playing. So, because the auto pause. Definitely have to play around with that some more.
On it.
The cooldowns on my my specials are pretty high. Did it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with the auto pause stuff a bit. Oh, a javelin. Okay, cooldowns depend on armor and attributes. Good to know. Okay, I can. Oh, I see. You can zoom in or out. That's good. Yeah, spell slots faster sounds smart. So I guess they only are like gold if there's something
Will
you
do.
can loot. What's up with this guy? Don't bother with me. Go down to the pass. Drastus. Oh. This, but a scratch. It's but a flesh wound. I've seen twice as worse 10 times over. Yeah, if you'll let me help, I'm fine. Graven Ash protects. You go on and help the others. All right,
Can't
bro.
do that.
Cool, bro.
Can't do that.
Come on. She can't do that. Ooh, mushrooms. Waking death. Will revive when defeated for 120 seconds. Okay. Oh, I know what I need to do. Can you remap? Where's pause? That's what I needed right there. These are my compatriots. Oh,
Try and catch me, worm.
a young Scarlet Fury weaves around the Vindrian Guard attackers, avoiding their weapons. With fluid grace, she nods to acknowledge you. A breathless enemy soldier passes a glance at her countrymen. This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses and turn back.
Harbinger, still standing after 3 years of war.
Come join me.
Join me in
Oh.
battle once again. We'll show these children how it's done.
Yeah, I like that. Save something for me. Who? Okay, yeah, the red is who I want to kill. I don't know what this is. Disengagement attack. Okay. So don't try to run away unless you know what you're doing. Use the mini map to lower. See what parts of the map you've already explored. Yeah, cool down, sure. Boy. I scored a crit. All right. That's the engagement, which is currently happening. So instead, so I think we're going to let her attack the, since you got the arrow, attack that person.
I got it.
Take that! Take that!
Will do.
All right. I think we got 2-on-1 here. Go. Attack.
Right.
I don't really know why this person's.
Will do. Right.
I guess because they're engaged or something? Like, what is happening? All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. That was a good one. All right, quest updated. Good to know.
Phew. I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent. I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone. My guess? The Vendrian guard are testing our strength in battle, learning how we perform before they organize a real offensive. That or they're really, really desperate to get beyond the mountains and couldn't wait until nightfall.
Okay.
A Scarlet
Who is this
Fury,
person?
one of the elite killers of our ignoble gang. You'll see more than a few of us around camp, but don't let that fool you. We're a rare breed.
A rare breed.
Most of the soldiers in the Scarlet Chorus are little more than farmers and children armed with rusted forks. Makes them easier to control. The voices of Nerat called his best fighters to this siege. There must be something important about Vendrian's well, though don't ask me what. The Archon isn't in the habit of spilling secrets.
This is true. All right. Join the battle.
The voices of Nerat told me to intercept you at Edgering Ruins before you busied yourself solving all of the camp's problems. You're due for a meeting with the Archons, but we should handle the small matter of this ambush first.
Sure.
Eager. I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching.
Yeah, we're
No
definitely
reason
going to be
believe the
looting people.
fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm toes. For the voices of Nerat!
Okay. Let's do some looting. Oh, these are the scrolls. Okay, yes. So let's take a look. Okay, great. Spells are created using sigils, core sigil. Okay. All right. Once you create a spell, you can assign it to one of your active party members. Okay, customize your spells. Change the name and AoE. Okay, cool. Let's try it. Single targets near the caster. Frozen grasp. We're going to assign that to ourselves. Oh, we can make it 2 of them? Sure. Let's give her frozen grasp also. We can reset that later if we like. Inventory. I think we picked up a helmet somewhere. I don't know if we have any points to give out. Reputation, whatever. Missives. Okay, cool. Somewhere in here is inventory. Oh, it's here. I picked up something. Oh, probably don't want to read the edict yet. Did I not pick up a helmet? I sworn I picked up a helmet. I guess I didn't. This is my inventory. I don't have any helmet. Oh. Well, yeah, we should equip that. I didn't mean to take that off. That was a mistake. Okay. Anyway, I could have sworn I picked up a helmet, but whatever. We'll be all right.
Right.
Oops.
I got it.
Oh. Bound to fight. Eyes forward, no looking back. These are the Vendrians. Stand aside or your funeral will be over the side of the bluff. Not a chance. If I surrender, I'm good as dead. At least we can drag some of Kairos' chosen along with a short journey to the void. Uh-oh. We got some reinforcements. Run down the Oathbreakers. Let none escape. A blood chanter emerges at the head of the rabble. The ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones. Signing sigils of magic and wordlessly moving her mouth, the blood chanter scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the Vendrian guard warriors as the chanter's magic worms its way into their minds, blinding them with rage. Hold position, all of you. You there, keep to the path. The warrior gestures along the canyon trail, but his soldiers turn their attention to the Scarlet Chorus, roaring challenges. No, don't engage them. We need to run. His orders fall on deaf ears. The warrior reluctantly readies his weapon. Okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So you are going to attack that guy. And you are going to attack. Oh, I can't hit the... Sure, same guy.
Trouble is afoot.
Okay. AI settings. That's good to know. Stance. Verse has stances. Okay. Where are those located? Battle stance. Seeking sheath. Accuracy. Dodging. I will leave it the way it is. Oh, he's burning. That is grim. All right, now I want her to hit him with that, and I want her to do the same thing. I want her to freeze this guy and verse to hit that guy. Well, that's not what I meant to do.
Pity you won't enjoy this as much as...
Versus. Okay, I see what's happening. Versus on AI, and I'm like messing around with her. That's cool. I got you.
Right.
I think we got them all. Uh-oh. Who's this guy? Oh, they have the commander. Come quick. We're not going to come that quick. Is there anything we need to loot here? Doesn't look like it. We do have a mini map, which we can maximize the mini map. Something there. Oh, there's a little star thing over there we should probably check out. Oh, there is some. Party stash, sure.
On it.
We're gonna loot this guy. Agate. Ooh, some boots. See what's up with this fella. Was he trying to hide out? Weak. Weak. Oh, we're at a pool of blood. Stow your weapons, or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Skewer him. Worry not for me. Graven Ash will protect. The disfavored officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracers and cuirass. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? Damn. Talking trash. This blade? With a jerk of the knife, he slices off a clump of Justice's matted hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. So, lower your weapon and charge forward and wrest the knife from him. Release the prisoner. You might know the inside of a cell. Let him die. We have to help him. Yes. The Oathbreaker cracks a wide smile as you lower your weapon. That's right. Now the rest of you drop those weapons. With his attention on the other warriors, you dash forward. He reaches out with his dagger to slay Drastus, but your hand is already on his wrist. With a wrenching twist, you mangle his hand, dropping the dagger harmlessly to the ground. The disfavored warriors rush forward from either side of you. Tyrell barely manages a strained gasp before being hacked and impaled upon their swords and spears. Oh, brutal. Kairos be praised, that Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Karen himself. Drastus slides a trembling hand along the cut on his neck. Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last. From the look of it, guess they thought if they swarmed the pass, maybe one might make it out. We found a few scraps of parchment on the bodies. Drastus holds out a handful of crumpled parchments for your inspection. A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make sense of this. Yeah, we're going to examine it. The parchments explain Vendrian's guards' desire to overthrow Kairos' archons and rout their armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Vendrian's well. Recruitment material. They were trying to bring more traitors to the fight, or useless scrawling, nothing more. I mean, you know, let's be honest. Well, from the look of it, we kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hope to accomplish, I think their plan died here. Drastus almost died. He almost got thrown into the ditch. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready, leave by the gate to the southeast and follow the trails downslope for a few hours. You'll see the campfires leagues away. Can't miss it. Whoa. So there are a lot of systems in this game. Let's loot this fella. What's he got? Quick finger bangles. Yeah, lots of systems. Is the and they're all thrown at you right at the beginning too. I mean, you don't necessarily have to like care about them at the beginning, but they're all there. Raw meat. I'll take it. And scrolls. Take all of that. Okay. So now, all right, where that party stash? Where is the party stash? That's what I'm trying to find. So I don't think we have any. Can't do anything there. Boy, you know when a game has an in-game way to take notes, it is going to get complicated. It's definitely like when I'm not streaming, I have to come down and read through all this stuff. All right. Yeah, we don't care about that. Oops. So this is my inventory, but what I... Oh, here we go. Okay, so you can sharpen your blade. $300. Don't need that right now. We're going to keep our bow. Oh, there's the... Okay. We'll compare this with what we currently have on. Increases accuracy. I think we'd like that. And deflection. Sounds good. That's what I was looking for. How do I... What did I just do? Hide. Oh, look at this helmet. Yeah, I don't think that's what we want. Don't need broken armor. What about greaves? Recovery, slower, reflection, deflection, crush and corrode. Don't know about all that. Don't need a weapon. Well, yeah, we should equip those. What is happening? When I double click, I'm not really sure what's happening. Ah, here we go. These are the infamous scrolls that Stu mentioned in the chat. So let's take a look. The scroll contains a magical expression which is used in spells and effects. Okay, so we learned that. So now we should be able to create a new. Yeah, we can learn and make a new spell. Perfect. What's going on over here? Okay. So there's songs and there are effects when she sings. You can change Siren's current song by selecting her and choosing a new song. Okay. Wow. All right, we know about that. Low on health, but they're healed now. I guess they're on AI, so she used. Okay. So if I click this, and I do the, and then, aha, there we go. Party stash is an interesting phrase. Where are those bangles? Ooh, look at my, oh man. It like colors it, even though like the regular icon is red, it makes mine purple to match the rest of my gear. That's pretty sweet. What about Verse? Okay, she's got some gear. She could use a helmet of some kind, right? Maybe I should have given her the helmet, but I think she's okay for now. What are these? Lesser healing potions. She has a few. What do we have? We've got a few as well. So I think we'll just leave those in the stash for now. Let's see about this new sigil. We're going to assign that to ourselves, of course. All right, I guess where are we going now? Uh-oh. Let's talk to this fella. Prisoner says his name's Tarkus Demos. Lets out a long sigh, tapping his gauntleted finger to his temple. Then I don't think this is a complicated matter. He dies. His family's been a driving force in the Vendrian Guard. Killing him should demoralize whatever's left of the Tarkus clan. We must give the vanquished enemy a chance to serve. That is our law. Smiling with recognition is your presence. The chanter points your way. Just ask the governor here. You understand the wisdom of the Scarlet Chorus. The Overlord does not wish to rule over a ruined crater. We must conquer, but if we show no mercy, we will have conquered a mountainous stretch of nothing. Well, we'd let you take prisoners, but you can't control them. You send these conscripts out on patrol and they never return, defecting all over again. I can't let this nonsense strategy continue. Well, let's hear what the Fate Binder has to say. My mates in the Blood Chanter Guild tell me you were most supportive of our claims to the scrolls of the Velen Citadel. Surely you understand. Here's where the conquest bit at the beginning of the game starts to show up now. And it tells you exactly how that works. Okay. Surely you understand that the Scarlet Chorus is wise enough not to squander any advantage you can take from the enemy. Execute, no. Yeah, we got to be able to... I've gained Wrath. Look at this. Wrath. Still at 0. We have 19% to tier 1. This is the sort of nonsense that got us into the mess we're in now. If we keep showing these Mongols mercy, they'll just bite us time and time again. If it will calm your nerves, I assure you this one won't be put on the battlefield. Make sure the prisoner is taken straight to the voices of Nerat. I won't keep you here any longer, Fatebinder. I know you have important business in the valley. For the glory of Kairos. Okay. So we can still, we can go and chat up some people. Look at this. We can talk to all these people. Woo. Let's go see what they're up to. Fatebinder, what an honor to have one of Tunon's court visit our humble holdfast. Need supplies? If so, you've come to the right place. So what'll it be today? Oh, let's see what you have. I don't think I need any of these things, but these are free. No, they're one big bronze ring instead of copper. Okay. Okay, so you can buy scrolls. That's interesting. I don't think we really need any more weapons, but it's good to know. Well, this is a service posting, no profit up here in the past. That's Archie and Bronze's orders. But when we march out of the valley, I'm back on my own schedule, and here's to hoping this year is a good one. The Overlord forbids the extortion of the pathways. Good thing, too, because in years past, I'd lose most of my profits to tolls. Couldn't turn a copper if I tried to haul long distance. Farewell. What's this person's story? Hail Kairos and glory to the voices of Nerat. I take it you're the gopher everyone's talking about. Rude. Are you getting the lay of the land, the ruins, or just avoiding the Archons? We picked this area clean months ago. All that's left are some old stones and that prize off in the distance. She nods at the spire. What do you know about the spire? I know how to tell time by its shadow, and that hurts my neck if I stare up at it for too long. Really, it's no different from the spires in the north. Big, ugly, and inaccessible. It's strange that the Vendrian people built their citadel around it, but there's no accounting for taste. This place used to be an actual fort when Cairn came through. What was Cairn? Archon of Stone. Okay. The Archon of Stone pulled down most of the masonry with him. I'm not going to chastise her for the way she spoke to me. Don't really care. Let's see what this guy has to say. Fatebinder, a pleasure to have you join us. You never really know if one of Tunon's officers is battle ready until the fighting breaks out. You can clearly hold your own in a fight. I didn't know what I was doing half the time. A broad-shouldered, disfavored soldier snaps to salute. And thank Kairos for that. There's been too much talk of late and not enough action. The Archon of War is planning his next move. Would you have him hasten his plans for your impatience? Never, ma'am. Graven Ash protects. I'm just eager to see the Vendrian Guard buried under their own patched defenses. In my early days, I broke from my phalanx and ran at an enemy, received a spear in my guts for my efforts. It took the better part of an afternoon for the Archon's protection to patch me up. Learned a valuable lesson, too. When I was at Azure, I caught a hammer blow to the side of the head. All I remember is a ringing sound and feeling my skull shatter from jawline to ear to top. I woke up hours later. The medic says there's a piece of helmet lodged in my brain. My badge, my reminder. We owe it all to the great general. He gives us the strength to fight where others would flee and stand where others would fall. What a pile of dung. They're right about one thing. The disfavored have taken too many blows to the head. I believe in it all right, but I don't buy that he's doing anyone a favor. In war, death is a lesson. Survival is its own reward. If Ash protects his soldiers, the weakest of them occupy a space in the phalanx that could be put to better use. You gain a little favor with the disfavored. See, I still have plenty of loyalty here with verse, so good to spend that political capital, as it were, I guess, if that's how it works. The voices of Nerat doesn't give his soldiers anything but a purpose. He barely even feeds us. We take everything we want, including our advancement. Okay, then why hasn't the siege been resolved? It's because the Scarlet Chorus scoff at the great general's plans and they aren't carrying their weight. They should be using their great numbers to patrol and harass the enemy. If you ask me, I think they're intentionally going easy on the Oathbreakers. Even if they listen to us, are they even capable of following orders? The Scarlet Chorus doesn't have a chain of command, just a rabble of gang bosses cutting each other's throats for advancement. Pissing on the disfavored is like a badge of honor. If you don't mind my saying so. Yeah, okay. Enough of that. I do want to...
Sorry, I can't.
Can you come over here? I would like to know more about these. Yeah, I want to know more about this. The once pure water of Queen Lycaris' tears has run red with blood since Kairos' forces invaded. Ugh. The ancient Weeping Mother statue pays homage to the Queen Lycaris' first of her name. Fresh water once flowed from this statue. But when Kairos' forces attacked Vendrian's well in 429, the statue began weeping blood and has done so ever since. Brutal. Climb up the rope. Yeah.
What have we here?
Oh, what do we have? Potion of invisibility. Jackpot. Oh, so there's like some special stuff you can find around here. That's good. I didn't know that was really going to be part of it. Glory to the north. Fatebinder, we are honored by your presence. Seen anything interesting? I once saw a forge-bound artisan set himself on fire. Occupational hazard. That was an unpleasant day, the first of many, to be honest. I heard about the edict you proclaimed at the burning library, but thankfully I wasn't there. One fire is enough for me. The Oathbreakers hold the citadel at the heart of the valley, the one built around the base of the spire. The Matani River has been our largest headache during the siege. It's unsafe for armored troops to ford, save for at key locations, and the enemy knows this as well as we do. I know we'd be a lot further along if the Scarlet Chorus used its alleged strength in numbers to forge the river themselves and overwhelm the enemy. As it is, we must take the valley slowly and advance the disfavored bulwark, since that's where the real work gets done. Because all it takes is numbers to cross a river under a hail of arrows. If the disfavored were quicker to act, maybe the Vendrian Guard wouldn't be so trained up to face us. Boom, if either of you was loyal. A fair point. The Legion is eager to gain some perspective on our quarrels. Consequently, I retract my previous remark. Really? Because I don't. Next time you say something, try to mean it. Let's find out about the Guard. They are the last gasp of the Younger Realms. Among them are warriors that escaped the bastard city's siege, a few refugees from other victories, and a bunch of Vendrian locals with delusions of independence. These southern wastrels cannot match our iron, nor the chorus's numbers. What on Terratus gave them the nerve to rise up and ask for a second helping of battle is anyone's guess. All right. Have a pleasant siege. Let's go this way. Whoa, look at these guys. What's up, fella? I think my teeth are falling out. Talking about his bowels. Okay. I think there's... Ooh, what's over here? Weapons and armor strewed haphazardly around the cart. Every blade shows signs of rust, and every piece of armor is in need of repair. Okay, so where to next? This way?
Sorry, I can't.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Like, I see the map, but all right, so that's complete. But yeah, now what now? Where do I go? see this. How do I get to that spot? Oh, okay. Huh. It was hiding way down here in the corner. We are good to pass. Tell you what, we're gonna sneak over here and see if
Can't
there's
do that.
see if there's something sneaky we can find. I saw a little marker. There it is. Since we have athletics, we can get up here and we can get it.
Can't do that.
Ah, we don't have enough subterfuge. What is our I don't know which one of these is subterfuge. $39. Brutal. We need 4 more points of subterfuge. A sentence I've said often in my life. If only I had 4 more points of subterfuge. I see. You can't, we couldn't have come around this way. They just block it. Okay. Came back later. Okay. Cool. Good to know. It's one of those things. Here we go. Off to the disfavored camp. Ooh. All right. Well, here we are. Wonder where that goes. All right, they're chatting this guy up. Let me see if I can help. Hail, Fatebinder. Camp's on up ahead. Don't mind us just clearing out the rabble. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I am not allowed to trade one thing for another? It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. A trade permit? Well, how is that? I mean, to whom would I speak for such a thing? Not us and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunon, but we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. Anything to be argued before Tunon may be argued before me. What's there to discuss? We should kill this mongrel, and if the Fatebinder wishes to weigh in on the matter, courtesy demands we listen. This is a disfavored matter, but I know the agents of the court do so love to throw their judgments around. Well, you could rob me now and have my supplies today. Or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing drafts. Certainly any army will need those. You have a lot of perishable goods with no hauling crew. You're just a battlefield looter. I can lie. Curious. I was just hearing about a supply caravan of reagents going missing. I can use my lore. Your family recipe for wound paste smells just like the Scarlet Fury's own concoction. Where'd you steal this? I think Lawbreaker is where we're going to go. I don't know what you're getting at. Slow down, I'll tell you everything, just don't hurt me. I found most everything out in the forest of the valley. I'd keep my head low when I heard sounds of combat, then I'd take a look and grab whatever wasn't claimed by the first victors. So then you stole from the disfavored dead. How else did you get your hands on that iron? you would come here and sell us our own armaments. If anything has an owner, I will return it. But this iron would have turned to rust if left in the mud of the battlefield. The disfavored are few in numbers. Is that not right? You need a man like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. We'll let him trade. The disfavored will tolerate you. You'll pay them handsomely for such charity. Leave this cart as a gift, then leave and never come back. We will. We will. It sickens me to make exceptions for this vulture, but if you'll supply the disfavored without profit, perhaps this indiscretion is for the best. It's not like our larders are overflowing. A work slave to scrounge provisions would be an asset. Thank you for interceding on my behalf. I know my life will now depend on showing the disfavored due gratitude for suffering my presence. If I must grovel a bit to earn my daily grain, so be it. I mean, I think we were pretty fair there. Why not, you know? Let's be fair. Is he leaving? He's just going to leave the cart? Oh, it's locked. Another locked one. Whenever that goes. Nowhere? That goes nowhere. Guess we have to unlock that at some point. Hidden objects, sure. Stores, okay, we've played that game.
Will do.
We'll follow the road. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archon's picture over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. Voice of Nerat told me you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? I can lie. Ooh, subterfuge. Why are you so suspicious? It's just a feeling I got. When the Archons are together, the air gets as taut as a bowstring. I can't help but think that no amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. Why do you think they're at odds? I've been with the Scarlet Chorus since the early days of the Conquest, so I can say it's been building for a few years now. There's an energy about these two, like a pair of storms moving to collide. I heard tell that Graven Ash and the Voices of Nerat shared some bad blood in the Northern Empire, but I don't know any of the particulars. Well, that's absurd. If the Archons cannot put the past behind them, they are unfit to command. That sounds exactly like the attitude to set this campaign in the right direction. I don't envy you the task of getting him to cooperate, which sounds about as easy as teaching a tornado to heal. Only that I could find you in Edgering Ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Matani River. Subterfuge. Well, are you even surprised? He's the Archon of Secrets. Knowing in advance is his business, so is snatching up any advantage over Graven Ash. These two compete like a couple of new recruits for a spot around the fire. It's nothing nefarious. The Voice is just curious why you're here. He wanted to know more. You wouldn't be able to suss it out that easily. He would have sent one of his scarier peons in my stead. Well, that makes a crazy kind of sense, considering how long the siege has taxed the armies. I can understand why Kairos would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says? If you're telling the truth, I suppose I'll hear about it soon enough anyway. Oh, look. She's about to get really scared of me. Uh-oh. The war tent is just past the center of camp. She nods toward the northeast. One last thing. Be careful around these disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head, which we already found out. Oh, could we be... Let's do a little exploration. Oh, that goes somewhere else. Okay. That's fine. We won't do that. See if these guys will let us in. Go no farther. You approach disfavored ground. State your business. Ah, so you're the fire starter. Sevius and the companies returning from the burning library are telling some harrowing stories about Kairos' edict of fire. I think myself brave, but I'm happy to have been far away from it all. It must have been a terrifying honor to be the messenger of such righteous force. Go in. The Archons are expecting you. You'll find them in the war tent, center of camp. Okay. Center of camp. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, you can just take these things. That doesn't seem cool. It does seem like nicer armor, though. Let's take those. Let's put that on. I'm liking this vibe right here. Higher deflection. Pierce and frost armor. We're going to lose crush and fire. Okay, yeah. Let's equip that bad boy. You know who might need it? What's her deal? I think we'll take it. She can have my rogue's leather. Sure. Okay. I'll have to pay more attention to the some of the inventory management stuff at a later date. But hail to you, Guardian of the Law. I'll have a few excess rings weighing you down. Best unburn yourself before battle. You know the disfavored suffer a merchant in their camp. That must be a man selling only the finest provisions and armaments. Take a look and see if something interests you. Can I take a closer look at one of those crates? Of course. By all means. I have nothing to hide. Ooh, do I try to steal something this early in the game? Am I trying to steal something? Smells like petal grass in here. Not yet. I'm not gonna steal anything just yet. Although I'm definitely gonna be a thief. I think that's gonna be my vibe for sure. Oh, there's the jail. The Archons await us inside. What's going on over here? What are these cats up to? Glory to the voices of Nerat. Fatebinder, Sister Silence, I presume. I'm Bitter Quip. I'm here as the emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. What can you tell me? Chorus is the future of the tears. I feel only derision and pity for those who fear our inevitable ascension. What in particular would you like to know? I don't really want to read all of this. Tell me about he's Supreme Commander and Public Servant. He who sets us free but directs all. This guy is fully invested. A blood chanter. My magic can turn the will of man in the tide of battle. I've held command for 3 years now, though being forced to keep an eye on the disfavored is not the reward I envisioned for my service thus far. Okay. Just curious what that guy's deal was. Yeah, let's go in here and see what the...
Sorry, I can't.
Sorry, I can't. Let's go see what these Archons have to say. They'll be upset about something, I'm sure.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, That leaves the second and fourth cohort trapped outside the valley.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery. But I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
I just cleared my throat. I read the words "clear your throat" and then I cleared my throat, and I did it again. Boy, do I just tell them straight up? No, I'm just gonna.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
My lords, the Fatebinder has arrived. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guests speak?
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
So they're still talking to each other.
And I thought you had left.
I'm just gonna cough again.
These Tearsmen when they surrendered. Either you failed to see this coming, or you knew and let it happen. Incompetent or in cahoots, either way, this mess has your filthy stink all over it.
We look forward to seeing you explain to Tunon why the Archon of War could not close the vice on this trivial little insurgency. When we are crowned the ruler of the Tears, we shall have this place renamed to Ash's Folly in your honor.
Brutal. I'm going to interrupt them now. Ah, why didn't you speak up sooner? Of course. My Lord Archons, the governor of Lethian's crossing has finally arrived. I beg you to cease arguing for a moment.
Ah, the fire starter has arrived. Welcome, welcome. Our agents tell us such lovely stories of what you did at the Vellum Citadel. Have you come bearing another fragment of Kairos' wrath in tow?
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
Okay.
Modesty is your prerogative, but know that cooperation and goodwill have been rarities of late. You do your Lord Tunon a great honor by aiding your cousins in the disfavored.
Oh, don't mind us while you trade your gushing praise. We're sure the Fatebinder has come because our company lacks in small talk.
Okay, I'm going to tell
For
them.
the second time, Brother Tunon selects you for the glory of proclamation. You should be honored. Tell us, what has the Overlord decided to unleash upon the Oathbreakers?
Okay, now this is a big decision. Okay, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and I will be right back before I make this decision. Okay. Let's get back to it here. Can. All right. So, yeah, we got to choose which one of these. There's no music in this scene, which is interesting in the game. Yeah, so let's see. Which one do we want? I think we need the Overlord's oral service must hold, or all in the valley shall perish. You need some encouragement to work together. He'll kill you all. In honor of your incompetence and disarray. I think I'll just be really direct here. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It's out every syllable drafted by the hand of Kairos with the edict proclaimed. Your pulse quickens, the muscles in your legs worn from a long trip down the mountains feel renewed. The tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Mittani. We lose everything if we stand still, and we move to back up Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time, so we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
So, you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the
matter. So, bicker all you wish. You're just wasting time. Are you dumb? This is the reason we're here is because you're idiots. Learn to work together. We're all doomed. Or subterfuge would. All right. Am I really gonna say that to him that he doesn't know anything? Why not?
Second the fate binder. Thought you had the memories of one of those Oathbreakers rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kairos' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies with some scrap of strategic...
See you, Mitch. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Oh, looking forward to the new vid, too. Have a good night. Sleep well.
Our river was to be the bulwark, but with the tidecasters slain, what hope remains? It's so cold in here. Help me, please.
What?
Our sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store. But this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Mittani, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile.
Oh, he had two voices. That's crazy.
That was Mittani Yanev, former noble of Apex and one of the leaders of the Vendrian Guard. Back when they were half-respectable enemies that knew how to lose with dignity. When the Guard first surrendered, Yanev presented himself to us. What he knew, we now know.
Then enough talking, there's work to be done. Okay.
You've delivered your edict. Do not pretend it gives you the right to give orders to an Archon.
My lord, Barrack and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. She'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as she doesn't do anything too stupid.
The Archon twirls his scepter and then taps the fifth eye on the shoulder, and the two depart.
Finally.
I'm sparkling now.
Fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narat is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. Now, if you'll leave me be, I have a battle to plan. I imagine duty requires you speak with the chorus further, but if I can convince you to lend a hand, most of my legion is trapped beyond the mountains, so I'm in need of an added sword or two. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider.
I ask myself that question often. While we take the river crossing, the Scarlet Chorus should be using their sizable presence to remove the Oathbreaker patrols lurking in the Outer Valley.
The Oathbreakers have maintained a sizable force outside the Citadel. We need the Chorus's manpower to scour the region. Otherwise, the Oathbreakers will attack at our heels once we cross the Mittani. I mean, that seems reasonable, right? I will be at the training grounds readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. And though I'm loath to mention it, the Chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp due east. Seek him out if you must. Okay, we can talk to our companion. Great. Cool. Oh, we can level up now. Okay. Let's check that out. Level up. So we can increase one of our attributes: might, finesse, quickness, wits, vitality, or resolve. Each of these attributes provides benefits to your character as well as increases one or more skills. Cost 1 point until the attribute score reaches 19. To raise an attribute from 19 to 20 requires 2 attribute points. Okay. So, where are those attributes located? These? Nope. Okay. All right. So this seems important to sort of really understand how this works. So we've got leadership, defense. All right, let's start. Leadership, defense, power, agility, range, magic. There's 6 of these. So attributes are here: might, quickness, wits, finesse, vitality, and resolve. Okay. I don't know why these are green. Because I can choose any of them, right, to spend my point. Does it mean that those are Oh, I have some sort of passive buff. Oh, maybe it's something that I'm wearing. I see. It's increased by. We'll get minus 3% ability and spell cooldown. That seems smart. One point to upgrade finesse to 15 is only +2, I guess +2 in addition to the 8 that we already have. I see. I'm going to do quickness. Yep, let's go with quickness. So now we get to choose a talent. We already have that. Poison dart sounds cool. I like range. I like faster, moving faster. A feint sounds interesting. Double attack is cool. Spell breached affliction. Okay, we can't do any of the leadership. Don't have a shield, so that's not going to help us. Cleave attacks are nice. Armor penetration. Tell you what, let's add the poison dart to our range. I'm gonna go heavy ranged. Oops, probably should have given old verse some stuff, but whatever. Oh, we could totally steal this. Do you think? Oh, let's try it.
That wasn't so hard.
Oh yeah, yoink! Right out from under my man's nose. What's in here? Take it. That guy didn't even notice us. We just yoinked his business. Sweet. Okay. So, yeah, let's go check out what's up here. What's this? 8 days to Kairos' Days of Swords. I am Lucia, this is Marcus, and you must be the Fatebinder. We've been assigned to your hospitality while you remain on disfavored ground. The disfavored? I thought I had... If you should need a place to rest, we can make the necessary preparations. No, not that. It's my first campaign. I was wounded. You me? Are you bragging you let your guard down and took a spear to the gut? You're just bitter. Wait, is this all a ruse? Did Tunon send you to test the army's training and grit? Because I won't stand for it. Will you calm down, you tangled fishnet of nerves? This is after how many head wounds you took last week? Stop looking for enemies behind every shadow. I guarantee you'll be disappointed. Oh, you can get some training. Oh. What, well, let's train this guy. Oh, I see. We can spend money to train. Sure. Ooh, verse. Okay. Sure. That's neat. Talk to everyone. Oh, good to know. Thank you. I do this, and I do this. Playing host is not my strong suit. I've seen the Legion. After so much bloodshed, our pretense of honor can wear me down. The North is my home, and I consider each and every one of the ironclad bastards in this camp to be family. Okay. You seem pretty handy. I know a thing or two about spitting foes who are stupid enough to challenge me. What of it? Oh, they're mad at me. The Legion commands more honor than any military on the face of Tyranny. Unlike the chorus, there is tradition, discipline, teamwork, and unity of purpose. There are many of us, but it's better that way. Accurate enough. After seeing the disunity and bickering of the younger realm defenders, I feel lucky in the most agreeable legion of Kairos' host, even if we're not always the most efficient. Why are they called disfavored? I'm afraid that isn't for me to say. Others around camp might be able to tell you more, but I don't discuss the great general's history to outsiders. But you'll say that it involves the great general, which is already a telling clue, idiot. Well, at least the Iron Marshal isn't within earshot. I'll be washing my mouth out with wormwood. Training. Okay, we already did this. We trained enough. We don't want to spend all of our money. Let's go talk to everybody else. What's this guy's story? He looks pretty important. By Kairos' iron anus, it's the fire starter. And those swine finks in the chorus told me you were a pile of ash. CBS, good to see you. Latching his arms around your body, lifts you there. The North never forgets a friend in need. He places you back down. Our little camp was overrun with these southern lepers that the voices adopts along the way. Probably half of them were the fuckers we didn't kill the last time through this valley. Troubling thought. Graven Ash doesn't tell me everything, but I know you're here on official court business. Iron Marshal's running the logistics on this one. I'm just playing slave driver and making sure the patrols stay on schedule. What is it you need? Is there a problem with the reinforcements? I'm afraid so. Radix, the head of the Earthshakers, was supposed to arrive with a group of his most competent spellslingers to help break the stalemate. I don't know what's holding up their arrival, and that worries me. If you were at all inclined to lend a hand, we could use some arcane support on our side. I could lend a hand. Could you? I know that Tudon's agent wouldn't fail us in a time of need. I'll mark the last known site of our Earthshaker reinforcements on your camp. Good hunting, Fatebinder. Why do you think the siege is so slow? It should have been over real quick and simple. The first cohort arrived in the valley and went for the kill. But that was before we knew the Vendrian Guard had sages and that water witch on their side. A bigger problem is the Scarlet Chorus. They eagerly conscript the Vendrian Guard, but I have no proof of this. But it seems they do very little to keep a watchful eye on these drafted tiersmen. They're often sent out on patrol, and we suspect they use that opportunity to escape back to Vendrian Guard. Interesting. Every chorus conscript has a choice, life under Kairos or death under the army's boots. By all means, feel free to cut down those who choose the latter. We won't be offended. Just so we don't mistake each other, I know what I'm saying carries an implication of treachery. I'm not making a formal accusation before Tunon's agent. I'm just voicing my gut opinion on the matter. Why haven't they been working well together? Come on, Binder. Seems like asking why beasts stink. The disfavored are only too eager to deliver Kairos' peace to the tiers, while the Scarlet Chorus bring only mayhem in their wake. You can tell me the Voices of Nerot has a plan, and I'll take your word for it. But the chorus sure seems to blunder around a lot, never moving with purpose as we do. I wonder if we've been fighting the same war, soldier. I've seen Ash yank his precious soldiers away from more battles than he's won. If you want to call that progress, be my guest. Unless we find a way to work as one, I fear that the Scarlet Chorus will step in front of Graven Ash's strategies at every turn. As far as I'm concerned, it seems like the Voices of Nerad is here to amuse himself, while the rest of us are here to do our job. Oh, not much to tell. My father was Sevius the Elder. His father was Sevius the First of his name, lead drillmaster of Ash's first Iron Guard, back when they were the Bronze Guard. I was born into the Legion, and with any hope, I'll die in the Legion. The rest you will hopefully hear about when the storytellers immortalize me. Bronze Guard? Well, his day and age was a century ago, and they didn't have Kairos' modern luxuries like iron. Back then, the great general's inner council was known as the Bronze Guard. Oh, thanks, but I try not to think about it too fondly. If anything, every time I screw something up, I wish I wasn't dragging the family name through mud along with me. I already asked those two. We're all good. Ooh, this dude looks like he can, like, train me up. Whoa, look at this. Don't just coddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. I said eyes on your opponent's waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you've lost. Need to stay on top of the troops or their skills will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. What's up? I have brigades amassing along Placid, Echo Call, and Little Tooth crossings. The Vengerian Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-prong attack. I have no right to give you orders, but we'll all die to Kairos' edict should we fail, so I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. Defeat in detail. We carved a bloody path up to the river, but at that point, everyone who charged ahead was lost. We had no chorus backup. It was just a few disfavored squads. I can't tell you exactly how they were defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. We found bodies washing up in the river for days. It's not often the Tearsmen put up such a good fight. It certainly made us reevaluate the number we'll need to take this valley. Really? Are you sure our scouts didn't give you all sorts of details about the enemy and you just choose to disregard our warnings? Quite right. Getting our emotions into the mix won't hasten this campaign. What's the value of the crossing? We can't just march from here to the Citadel with the Vengerian Guard manning the riverbanks. Forwarding troops and supplies through even the narrowest points of the river makes us vulnerable to attack, especially since our armor wasn't built for swimming. If we can take the river, we have a clear march to the Citadel, and the Ascension Hall will be ours in no time. Oh, played on the laptop. Oh, that's nice. Oh, man, a few days at a hotel would be amazing. That sounds awesome. Yeah, it would be nice. Oh, sadly, we live on a farm, and so getting away from the farm with all the animals and the stuff to do, hard to do sometimes. Sounds really nice, though. Trying to pour salt on my pride? We left Fort Resolution with 100 on 100, and there have been no reinforcements or reserves. I keep throwing warriors back into battle before they're properly rested, so yes, I need to rely on all our allies, especially since most of our allies are conscripted Tearsmen, worse than useless. We live on a horse farm, actually. We have some other animals as well, but mostly horses. For riding and training and all that sort of stuff. It's mostly my wife's business. She's in the business of horses. If the disfavored didn't take every opportunity to insult the Scarlet Chorus, perhaps she'd find our help more forthcoming. Shut your snout, filthy. I mean, she just said, please don't insult us. And then he says, shut your snout, filthy mongrel. Or she says, I don't know. I won't suffer childish japes in my camp. Oh, I'm not a diplomat here. She has a point. Ew, okay. The disfavored have history, pedigree, proper training. All the things these southern conscripts lack. We didn't train for decades to be peers and equals of these traitors, Tearsmen. We've lived lives of dedication to Kairos, and the Chorus accepts any fickle coward too fearful to die by their convictions. What you're seeing here is disfavored bigotry at its finest. I'm somehow at fault because my country wasn't conquered before I was born. Forget that I chose Kairos. Forget that I chose the Scarlet Chorus. Forget that I chose to fight off rapists and killers to earn my place in the army just for the disfavored to call me a worthless turncoat to my face. No one gave me a suit of armor that I could hide behind. No one issued me a sword and a measure of authority. I took everything that I have and I fight every day to keep it. Fucking northern swine. My frustration was aimed at those in the chorus who accept Kairos lightly, like loyalty were some shifting breeze. Am I going to help them, or am I going to help the... Like, if I tell this person I will assist, am I saying that I'm going to help only the disfavored, or am I saying that, like, can I help both? I assume I can help both. I'm just going to click it. Then our plan just might work. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon the Adjudicator selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor us all on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Call Crossing. Assisting you will be Barrack of the Stone Shields. Before you ask, no, the Forge-bound weren't sloshed on Dappleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and this armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise it's something of a curse. Barrack, come meet the Fatebinder. Ooh, look at this guy. Barrack. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible.
The Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone. Likewise, good binder.
Yeah, we, my wife trains all the horses. We have, I don't know, a couple dozen, maybe. They're not all ours, of course. Some belong to people that just keep them here. But, yeah,
Barrack, is
it's mostly her
you
business.
Under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
Just a minute. You two know each
No.
other?
Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
Uh-oh. Verse is kind of getting me in a lot of
We
trouble.
don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
Yeah, we live in Kentucky too. So, yeah, there's horses everywhere. We don't really live in the part where all the racehorses are, like around Lexington and all that. But we're in a different part of the state. But, yeah, there's a lot of horses around this area. There's a small world. We've only lived here a few years, though. We've moved around a bit before that.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Grave and Ash leave you out in the rain?
Yeah, I think before we lived here, we were in Virginia and then Georgia for a while, which is where I'm from originally. And then we've lived overseas as well, in Europe, Switzerland, Amsterdam, different places. So I haven't met
It's
Barrack.
challenging enough to experience battle from a courtroom, much less remember the faces of your cohorts. I wouldn't expect you to know me under these accursed blades of rust.
His voice does not match this character. The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help, and more importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court on our
Better
side.
to work with the honorable binder than some chorus children.
I ask that Barrack accompany you there to arbitrate the cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Barrack, you've been without a cohort since the last Battle of Starward. It's time we give you a task more worthy than hauling wagons and leading training drills. Ash has assigned you to the Fatebinder's service. You are to assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean the swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? Oh, man, yeah. Getting married and moving states during COVID would really suck. We moved here during COVID, but we've been married for a long time, so we didn't have that like extra like trying to combine two houses, which you might have been trying to do. But yeah, moving during COVID was terrible. Barrack regards the Iron Marshal in oppressive silence. That's an order, Barrack. He can be as stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. I hope you don't mind the company. I'm honored. Excellent. I look forward to your success in the field. Great. All right. We got a new buddy. 30. Oh. Texas and Montana. 30 nights in hotel rooms. That's crazy. Yeah, that's tough. But at least you're all in one spot now, you know? Do I really need a shield? I feel like this is just more stuff for me to... Well, who knows? Maybe Metal Man will want a shield. It's over here. Ooh, this guy looks like he can upgrade my weapons, maybe. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. Bronze will do in a pinch, but don't get me wrong, it can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike the stubborn iron we have here. And we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. Of course, some of us do go overboard from time to time. They call the disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron, the good stuff that comes from the smiths in Lessian's Crossing. I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down the Matani went missing near Echo Call Crossing. I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Keep your voice down. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass any information to the Vindrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting on a riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in enemy hands. Yep. I appreciate that, as does the great general, more than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for your help. It would be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. I knew that Tunon wouldn't have dispatched you without good reason. The court isn't exactly known for gambling when the stakes are high. Do you see that? That's how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous, so people don't go snooping around. You'll want to keep your eye out for these. Good hunting. I'm not going to buy anything for this guy, but let's see. Inventory. Let's take a look at metal guy here. I think he already has... What's he got going on? He's got a shield here. But we did... It's a leather buckler. It's certainly not as good as the one that he has. Or is it? They're the same. Nope, endurance is a little higher on his. That's fine. What sort of weapon is this guy? An iron sword. Can he use a javelin? Or a falx? That's two-handed. Well, he can use a... Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Seems about the same. I'll just let him keep his own sword for now. He needs a shield for... Okay, he has a shield. You give him one two-handed and one sword and shield. Oh, yeah, because he can have weapon sets, right? So let me do that just in case. So he has a weapon set there. That works. For me, I can switch. Let this lady. Okay, she has a bow, and then she has her little Red Rivers and Gut Seekers. Fancy. The extra armor stuff is good money. Do you mean like to sell it later, or like it's a good way to spend the money? Oh, selling the extra. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can get into that at a later date once our inventory starts getting a little spicy and we feel like we need a bunch of money. I think there's a few more people to chat with. Maybe. Didn't we already talk to this guy? I feel like we did right on the way in. Yeah, let me see what this guy has. Oh yeah, this is the guy we were going to steal from, and I decided not to. Probably not very smart. Well, I mean, we can't afford most of this stuff anyway. But good to know it's there. What's going on up here? Whoa. What's up, fella? Ooh. A hammer. Yoink. Let's see how this hammer looks like compared to... You find more than you can use, yeah. I bet there's a lot. No, not to me. I'm not going to use a hammer. This guy might use a hammer. Eh. I'll let him keep the falcon. It looks good. But we'll sell that hammer later. As Stu told us about. Okay. So I guess we can head off to the other camp now. Is that where we're at? Oh, there's more stuff to loot over here. Oh yeah, well, sure, we'll take some food. Oh, they're gonna make me walk all the way around. Perfect. Yeah. If you played it again, would you start over? Like, would you want to like start a new character, or would you just like get back into it with sort of what you had spec'd out the first time? Oh yeah, there's some nice places in Nashville. I used to live down there. Water seems important. Ooh, toxin. Oh, topaz. We can sell that. Nice. I think we got everything here. Didn't we? Oh no, we can. Oh, another scroll. One hotel. I haven't heard of one hotel. I'll have to look it up. Do a new playthrough. Might spec a combo of physical and magic next time instead of dual frost. Shield ability. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did the physical and magic. I know nothing about it, but it definitely feels like one of those games that, I mean, it's really detailed, and I don't know how long it is, but like total, you know, if you like try to finish the story, but it definitely seems like one of those that you could play again and like do a completely different spec and have a fairly different experience. Certainly if you like went through the whole conquest thing at the beginning and answered differently, like a lot of this, I mean, as I've already seen, there's a ton of options here that are not available, and who knows what else, like we're just not even seeing. Oh, this guy wants to see the failure of the disfavored. So I guess that's sort of, you know, to the extent that I would replay a game like this, I think that's what would bring me to the place where I would replay it, is like respecking, like specking out something completely different, answering everything differently, and seeing how things play out. Let's see what this guy's up to. Thank you for talking them down. Sad times we live in. Oh, well, naturally. Our one good deed deserves another. Well, when I have my shop up and running, I'll sell you provisions for a song and give you a proper bounty on any odd bits of weaponry you find, provided that you keep standing up for me should those iron goons try to rough me up a second time. You were lucky with us before, merchant. Take care you don't challenge your luck again. So I guess I can sell that guy some stuff. What's going on here? When it has this little yellow triangle, that usually means something's new, but I don't really know. I don't have any more skill points or attribute points. Something change here. Oh, check all the characters. Yes, thank you. Ah, oh, and I can see that right here because this is yellow and glowing, which I totally should have seen the first time. Yeah, gotcha. All right, what do we want to do with Mr. Tank? I mean, might seems obvious. Resolve seems pretty obvious as well. I guess he's already getting a buff with the edict. Vitality seems... Quickness, meh. Wits, no. Accuracy, no. Stu, I got this off of Steam. And I think it's actually was just in my library. I don't remember buying it, which means it probably came from some bundle, like one of the, you know, like back during COVID, there were a lot of those like fundraiser bundles. I suspect that's where it came from, but it was definitely in my Steam library. And I don't remember buying it like individually. So it probably maybe one of those humble bundles or, you know, something like that, where it just came with a bunch of other things. I think we'll give the tank another might. But I think last I looked, it was pretty cheap. I think it was only like $7.99 or something. I don't know. There's a lot of game for $8, in my opinion. I mean, if you know, for someone that likes this kind of game, I think it's a lot of game for $8. Oh, that seems interesting. So this challenging enemies to attack, is this like aggro or enmity in other RPGs? I imagine. So like if he's the tank, you would like have him do this so that he draws all the enemies, and then like the ranged characters could shoot from a distance. Yeah, aggro. I'm gonna go with that. Okay. I see. So now we have a couple things that we can do. We can go to the Echo Call Crossing. Okay. It makes sense that the main character would get the most aggro, but it seems like they don't really have a stat for that. So maybe it's just something that happens like in battle. Or at least not a stat that I can see. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I can look it up. All right. So what do we want to do? There's primary. We can explore Echo Call Crossing for clues of the missing shipment of iron. That sounds interesting. We can look for or shaker reinforcements. Or we can meet Antio at Echo Call Crossing. Interesting. Okay. I think that I am going to end the stream there because it is time for me to go eat some dinner and do some errands before dinner starts. So this is 3 hours since we started, and I'm going to try to let some of this game absorb into my brain. Stu, thank you so much for showing up and for helping me. It was really nice to have someone who's played this before give me a few pointers. I appreciate it. It was very helpful, and Mitch stopped in earlier, and I think there's some other folks maybe watching. Yeah, this game seems a lot of fun. It's a lot to absorb, but I'm looking forward to like really digging into the story. So I plan to do these a few more times. I'm not going to stream it every day or anything. I don't have time for that, but you know, maybe 2 days, 3 days a week, and maybe mix it in with some other stuff. I don't know if I could do this every day. It's a little low energy, but it's fun. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it, and I hope everyone had a nice weekend and maybe doesn't have too much work to do for the rest of the week. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.